All right. Well, again, thanks to Chairman McWilliams and thanks to all of our presenters today. As I've mentioned a couple times, we've added again in this virtual environment. So to Chairman McWilliams's point, when you can't do these things face to face, you feel as though your wings are clipped a little bit. I think that's a fair analogy. So we try very hard to spread our wings a little bit and use the full extent of this technology. So we do look forward to moving to the virtual receptions to continue some of these great conversations that were started earlier today. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce Carl White. Carl is a senior vice president in charge of supervision, credit, and learning at the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Carl also serves on the conference planning committee and has been with us for a long time, so he's seen the evolution of this conference, and he's joining us this afternoon to offer his thoughts and commentary on what we've heard and experienced on day one of the conference. So, Carl, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, thanks, Jim, and give my thanks as well to Chairman McWilliams and also Governor Bowman for their thoughts and very insightful thoughts that they shared with us. I'd also like to personally thank all those individuals responsible for putting this conference together. I know we mentioned the planning committee, but also my staff here in St. Louis. I will tell you, this is truly a year-long process. I think Jim takes a week off, and in a couple of weeks, we'll probably start planning next year's conference, which is the 10th, and we're very excited about that. So for many years, I have been privileged to have had a front row seat for viewing the evolution of the conference, as Jim said, and the partnership that we have with throughout the system, the Federal Reserve System, with the CSBS, and now with the FDIC over the last few years. I really think it's a testament to the strength of our supervisory and regulatory systems in the United States that we can all come together for a program like this while still maintaining the unique approaches and perspectives of our individual organizations. As I reflect briefly on today's proceedings, I'm reminded how important this forum is for surfacing ideas and encouraging debate and discussion. I'm also reminded how important it is to promote a diversity of voices in these proceedings. Our banking system is vital to our nation's economy and touches everyone, regardless of income or geography. Our understanding improves when we put ourselves in a position to hear and understand a wide range of perspectives. We started the day hearing from Alicia, Meredith, and Tom regarding the perspectives of the nearly 500 bankers across the country who participated in the 2021 CSBS National Survey of Community Banks. Since 2014, the survey has given us insights and data that we couldn't get anywhere else on the opportunities and challenges facing their banks. The survey has deepened our understanding on a number of issues, but this year, more than any other, it shows how resilient our country's community banks are in the face of economic challenges. Community bank business model allows them to quickly adapt to change and move on to the next challenge. As the survey highlighted, the most prominent challenges facing banks today are already different than those they faced last year and the year before that. Governor Bowman added her voice to the discussion by underscoring the important connection between banks and supervisors. She offered a future view of supervision for the Federal Reserve that allows for greater innovation, better tailoring based on business model, and a strong commitment to understanding how the banking and financial services industry is evolving. I really think she summarized the future of supervision well when she said, "Innovation is a way of life for banks. It should be for supervisors as well." Turning to the research we covered today, which is obviously the crux of this conference, we received insights into two unique programs that were launched during the pandemic: the SBA's Paycheck Protection Program and also the Federal Reserve's Paycheck Protection Program Liquidity Facility. The evidence from these papers, combined with the reflections of Mankato, Minnesota-based Pioneer Bank CEO David Kraus, the community banker discussant, suggested to me that these programs, or something like them, will likely be used in future crises toolkits. Our second research session offered information into issues that have become part of a broader national conversation, and that's fair and equitable access to credit. We saw evidence of the importance of minority depository institutions in allocating credit to minority communities. We also saw how local mortgage market competition affects access to credit. This paper particularly resonated with me as the St. Louis Fed has developed and continues to maintain a tool that is used nationwide to evaluate the competitive factors resulting from bank mergers and acquisitions. Rounding out the perspectives from day one was Chairman McWilliams, who spoke of the importance of strengthening the trust between the FDIC, other regulators, the public, and banks through initiatives and approaches that promote transparency and accountability. I'd like to thank all of our researchers, our speakers, and community bankers for giving us much to think about today, and I certainly look forward to continuing the discussions tomorrow. For our registered attendees, we will now be moving to the virtual reception portion of the conference. You should have received links to the receptions in your calendar invites for this conference. We will have 2 reception rooms. One will be focused on today's research, and the other will be focused on the national survey. For those of you joining us via the live stream on communitybanking.org, thank you for tuning in today. We will start promptly at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow with an address from our 2021 Community Banker Keynote, Darren Williams. Darren is CEO of Southern Bancorp in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. We'll also meet the winners of the 2021 CSBS Community Bank Case Study Competition. We'll discuss 4 more outstanding research papers, and then we'll close the day with a banker panel focused on the future of commercial real estate. Once again, thanks to everyone for your participation today. I look forward to seeing you all virtually tomorrow.